You ever feel like you're fighting yourself to start a new habit? Like you really want to do it, but it's just so hard. Well, it turns out there's a simple but pretty powerful secret to how our behavior actually works, and we're going to get into it today. But first, let's kick things off with a little puzzle.
Okay, listen closely. A bat and a ball. Together, they cost $1.10. Now, the bat costs exactly $1 more than the ball. So here's the question. How much is the ball? Got an answer in your head? Good. Just hang on to it for a second.
So, if you're like pretty much everyone, the number that just jumped into your brain was 10 cents, right? I mean, it just feels right. It's fast, it's easy, it seems to make perfect sense. But that first gut reaction, well, that's what's so interesting. It tells us something really important about how our brains are wired. Yeah, that little brain teaser, it's the perfect way to get into this idea that our brain actually has two different speeds. And this isn't just some fun trivia. This is a really fundamental concept in how we think. It's called the dual process theory, and the basic idea is that our brain operates in two totally different modes. You've got System 1, which is your fast, automatic, intuitive thinking, and then you have System 2, which is slow, deliberate, and takes a lot of effort. So think of it like this. System 1 is your brain's autopilot. It's fast, automatic, and totally effortless. It's what makes you slam on the brakes before you even consciously realize there's a problem. System 2, well, that's the complete opposite. It's your deliberate, analytical thinker. It's the part of your brain that you have to consciously turn on. It requires real effort, like when you're trying to solve a tough math problem. And here's a crazy example of how System 1 can get us into trouble. What do you think is more deadly, a shark attack or a falling vending machine? Now, your System 1 brain probably screamed shark right away. I mean, it's dramatic, it's scary, we see it in movies, but the actual data? It shows that vending machines are statistically more dangerous. It's a perfect example of System 1 taking a shortcut based on what's vivid, not what's true. Okay, so let's go back to our bat and ball problem. The correct answer is actually 5 cents. Think about it. If the ball is 5 cents and the bat is $1 more, that makes the bat $1.05. Add them together, you get $1.10. See? To get there, you had to stop, ignore that first easy answer from System 1, and actually engage your slow, logical System 2. And our brains, well, they hate doing that. It's hard work. Okay, so we know our brains are kind of lazy by default. The big question is, how can we use that to our advantage? How do we actually change our behavior? Well, it turns out there's a surprisingly simple formula for it. This comes from BJ Fogg at Stanford, and it's called the Fogg Behavior Model. It's super simple. He says that for any behavior to happen, you need 3 things to converge at the very same moment. You need motivation, you need ability, and you need a prompt. That's it. Motivation, ability, prompt. If you're missing even one of those ingredients, the behavior just fizzles. It doesn't happen. Now, what's really cool is how these 3 things work together. We can actually map it out visually, and it makes it crystal clear why some habits stick and others, well, they just don't. So check out this graph. On the vertical axis, you've got motivation, going from low to high. And along the bottom, on the horizontal axis, you have ability, so how easy or hard something is to do. Hard on the left, super easy on the right.
Now, that curve sweeping across the graph, that's the action line. And here's the deal. If you get a prompt to do something, but you're below that line, say down in the bottom left, where the task is really hard and your motivation is low, nothing's gonna happen. The prompt just fails.
But if you're above the action line when that prompt arrives, maybe your motivation is super high or the task is just incredibly easy, then boom, the prompt succeeds. The behavior happens. It's really that simple. To make a habit stick, you just need to be above that line. Okay, so what does any of this have to do with our lazy System 1 brain? Well, this is the part where it all clicks together. This is the big secret. Here it is. The whole reason the Fogg model works is because it's built for your autopilot brain, your System 1. Just think about it for a second. Trying to crank up your motivation, that's hard work. That's a System 2 job that requires willpower and energy. But making something easier to do, increasing your ability by making it simpler, that speaks directly to our lazy, shortcut-loving System 1. It's the path of least resistance. Let me give you a perfect, real-world example. There's this story about a woman named Carmen. She really wanted to eat more fresh vegetables, so her motivation was high.
But after a long day of work, the whole process of washing, chopping, and cooking, it was just too much. Her ability was low. She was below the action line. Then one day, she finds pre-cut, ready-to-cook veggies at the store. All of a sudden, the task became ridiculously simple. All that friction was gone. Her ability shot through the roof, and just like that, a new, healthy habit was born.
And this brings us to the single most important sentence here. Simplicity changes behavior. It's not about trying to muster up more willpower. It's not about grit. The most powerful way to change what you do is to make the good habit so incredibly easy that your autopilot brain just does it. No fight, no friction.
And this isn't just some abstract theory for building personal habits. This exact principle is being used all around you every single day to shape the choices you make. I mean, obviously you can use it for your own habits, like Carmen's veggie story, but this is also the secret sauce behind almost every successful app and product you use. Designers and companies are obsessed with this stuff, how to guide your choices by making things simpler and removing friction. Think about an app like Uber Eats. After your food arrives, they don't send you a 10-page survey, right? Of course not. You get a simple little prompt that says something like, "How was your food?" with a few stars to tap. It takes 1 second. They made the behavior of giving feedback so frictionless, so simple, that you're way more likely to actually do it. And that keeps you engaged. So in the end, the real secret isn't about finding more motivation or just trying harder. It's about asking a totally different question. Instead of asking, "How can I motivate myself?" ask, "How can I make this easier?" So what about you? What's one thing you want to do that you could make ridiculously, laughably simple starting today? Maybe it's just putting your running shoes right by the door, or flossing just one tooth, because finding that simple starting point, that might be all it takes to change everything.